Business entity concept. தனித்தன்மை அனுமானம் in Tamil. Business entity concept. It means that the business unit is separate. Business unit is separate and distinct from the person who own it. Who own the business? The business is separate and owner is separate. That is business entity concept. After receiving the commencement of business certificate from the registrar office by the public company, the business and owner are two different individuals. Two different individuals, isn't it? If it is private company, after receiving commencement of business certificate, if it is private company, after receiving certificate of incorporation, that business and owner are two different individuals. Can you understand? If it is the public company, after receiving, if it is public company, after receiving commencement of business certificate, if it is private company, after receiving certificate of incorporation, private company certificate of incorporation, commencement of business certificate, the business and owner are two different individuals. That is business entity concept. The accounting equation, assets is equal to liabilities plus capital. If you know about balance sheet very well, you can understand very easily. Assets is equal to liabilities plus capital, but till today I didn't teach you because balance sheet will cover in second volume in financial statements. So I will give an explanation about assets. Different kinds of assets are there. Asset is the sources of business. That may be fixed assets, current assets, liquidity assets, extracting assets, contingent assets, and different kinds of assets. Liabilities, that may be long-term liability or short-term liabilities. And capital, which amount we spend in the beginnings to start the business, isn't it? Is an expression of the entity concept because it shows the business that the business own its assets and turn it owns its liability. Listen, business own its assets and turn it own its liability. So their asset, the financial statement, the balance sheet is a statement. This statement will give clear-cut information about the financial position of the company, whether they are having assets to meet out all the liabilities or not, isn't it? Whether the firm have assets to meet out its liability or not. So they are prescribing these three formulas. Assets is equal to liability plus capital. Capital is equal to assets minus liability. Liability is equal to capital minus assets. Liability is equal to capital minus assets minus capital. Assets minus capital have to give here assets minus capital. So these are three formulas, assets minus capital. Okay, as this is the notes and book which I am using for PGTRB as well as UPSC for both optional papers. Very important note it is, and to compare with the NCERT book and all other books, these notes or this book will help you a lot. So that's why I am giving the explanation about this concepts and conventions in this book. So this will be very useful in the future, even after completion of your all the degrees. If you wanted to become a UPSC Civil Studies aspirant, you can use this material, isn't it? For that purpose only I am doing. So you have to be very clear in all the concepts, and you can write down in your note about these three formulas. Formulas are assets is equal to liability plus capital. First and foremost you have to learn about balance sheet. Balance sheet. balance sheet is the financial statement. It have two sides. One is liability, another one is asset. This liability side, we will not enter liability alone. We will not enter liability alone. Apart from that, we will enter the capital, net profit, and interest on drawings, interest on capital, income tax, and everything. So all liabilities plus capital. All liabilities plus capital. And constructed format, you will learn about it while I am teaching that second chapter, because that is very biggest one. So that's why I am skipping this. And asset side, we will not enter only fixed assets. We will enter all the assets. All the assets. After deduct their depreciation, all the assets will be recorded in asset side, isn't it? So with the help of this, we are going to make formulas. First, asset is a giant. Asset is the source of the business. All the information seekers will see assets of the business, whether they are having assets to meet out liabilities or not. Liability is the responsibility which we have to pay to outsiders, bankers, creditors. That is liability. So liability should be minimized to compare with the assets. If assets are more, liabilities are less, that business is a wonderful business. So they will check out these kind of points also with the help of this balance sheet is the financial statement. We will prepare this balance sheet as on 31st March of every year. 31st March. Why I am writing 3? March is the third month. January, February, March. March 31st every year. We will prepare final accounts. So finally we will prepare this balance sheet on this date. Isn't it? So now we can frame the formulas. Assets is equal to liability plus capital. So asset side, how much amount, like 1 crore comes means, so liability side also have to come 1 crore. But here we will not only write liabilities, apart from liabilities, capital also will write. So liabilities plus capital is equal to 1 crore. Here assets alone 1 crore. Can you assume? Can you understand? So asset is equal to liability plus capital. So if you know this formula, easily you can prescribe, you can make other formula also. So you need capital alone. You need capital alone. What you will write? Capital is equal to assets minus liability. So you need capital alone. So we are going to make a formula for capital. Capital is equal to liability. Capital is equal to assets minus liability, because assets will be more than liability now, because liability plus capital is equal to assets. Liability plus capital is equal to assets. You have to be very clear in this first formula, then only you can frame second and third formulas easily. Okay. So now we can understand about second formula. Capital is equal to assets minus liability. So if we deduct some amount from assets, which means asset is 1 crore, as I told you already, liability is 90 lakh, and balance 10 lakh will be considered as capital. Can you understand? And third formula, we need to know what is liability. For that, assets minus capital is equal to liability. So asset, as I told you, asset is 1 crore, capital is 10 lakh. So 1 crore minus 10 lakh is equal to 90 lakh. This 90 lakh will be considered as liability. So this is the shortcut formula to make these three formulas. These are very important formulas. So you have to be very clear cut in these three formulas. If you are having any doubt, don't hesitate to ask anytime. Next, it is business entity concept. Business and owners are two different individuals after commencement of the business, isn't it? The next, it's the first accounting concept, and second accounting concepts we are going to discuss now. That is, what is the second accounting concept? Let's discuss money measurement concepts. Can you see that? Money measurement concept. Here we will record only money oriented activities. So in terms of money will be recorded. Apart from money, nothing will be recorded. Okay, now you can learn. Money measurement concept. Money measurement concept. It means that only financial transactions which can be expressed in terms of money, transactions which can be expressed in terms of money will be recorded. So non-monetary aspects will not be recorded in it. The transactions which cannot be expressed, social transactions are not at all recorded. So social transactions will not be recorded. Only money oriented transactions recorded. You know economic and non-economic activities, isn't it? Economic and non-economic activities you know very well. And now for an example, when sales manager is not on good terms with production manager, when sales manager is not on good terms with production manager, the business is found to suffer. So because of this bad relationship between sales manager and production manager, business suffers some losses. So in this situation, because of this, business suffer losses. So we came to know, as a top level management, we came to know these kind of transactions, these kind of activities will not be recorded because it focuses only money measurement. So how much amount it is, isn't it? This fact will not be recorded. It cannot be measured in terms of money. How can you measure in terms of money? Definitely we cannot. So the relationship between two parties, two managers, is bad here in this situation. So because of that, business lose, isn't it? Business suffer losses. Business incur losses. We came to know. So immediately what we will do? We can transfer or we can eliminate, and with the help, instead of this sales manager, we can appoint another one sales manager. Instead of this man production manager, we can appoint another production manager. This only we can do, but we cannot record anything else because as per this concept, we are focusing only money, not any social activities, not these kind of activities. Can you understand? And third one, if you study in your NCERT book, you will spend more time. At the same time, you cannot understand. For that only, already I sent a video. In that video also they given clear cut information about it, and to compare with that, it is very easy for you. That's why I refer this. And third concept, going concern concept. Going concern concept. In this concept, it is assumed that the business unit has a reasonable expectation, the reasonable expectation of a continuing business at a profit for an indefinite period of time, and transactions are recorded in the bookkeeping, in view of this concept of the business. As for example, assets in the balance sheet are shown at cost less depreciation. See, going concern concept fairly for a long period of time. So this is the concept. It is assumed that the business unit has a reasonable expectation of a continuing business at a profit for an indefinite period, which means a long period of time. So we cannot defend it. And transactions are recorded in the bookkeeping, in view of this concept of a business. Like whatever the transaction it is in the liability asset side, we will write the assets after detect the depreciation amount. So nirvana todarchi anumanam, which means continuously fairly for a long period of time we are going to run the business, isn't it? So business records not going to finish today. If you are taking the assets while you start the business, you have invested 10 crore rupees especially for office furniture. So after 1 year, will you steal all the office furniture? Definitely not, because after 1 year, that office furniture will continue for the next year, because fairly for a long period of time. So when its lifetime completed, that time only you will sell for scrap. So till that, and the depreciation will be deducted from the particular assets and that will be recorded. It is going concern concept continuously fairly for a long period of time and especially assets. And next one is cost concept. Puradana Adakavilai Karuthu. It is cost concept. In this concept, the transactions are recorded at its original cost, not profit money. What is the cost price actually? So the transaction will be recorded on cost price only, not more, not less. The cost at which the asset is occurred or an expense paid, how much amount we spent to occur the assets. For example, we are buying the raw material for our business. Raw material for amount 50 lakhs. 50 lakh portable raw material we bought, and after that we converted into finished goods. In between, for this conversion, we spent 20 more lakhs. Now it's being as finished goods worth rupees 70 lakhs. It is only cost. This cost price only recorded, isn't it? This is the present asset. Finished goods, stock in hand, current assets we are having in our hand, and this only will be recorded. Extra we will fix 30 more lakhs and we will sell to wholesaler for 1 crore. This will not be recorded. So original cost only will be recorded as per this concept. This concept name is cost concept. Okay, I hope you understand. It is real value, worth or not considered, isn't it? For example, the fixed assets are recorded at their original cost. So fixed assets, what is the fixed assets? Continue like land, building, movable and immovable assets, fixed assets. So fixed in nature. We cannot convert into cash within 3 months or within an operating cycle. That is fixed assets. So fixed assets are recorded at their original cost, isn't it? Next, dual aspect concept. Dual aspect concept. Who is the father of dual account? Double entry system. Can you remember? I hope you can. So double entry system, dual accounting concept. Let's discuss about it. In this concept, both aspects of transactions is the receiving debit and the giving credit. So even if you ask the PhD scholar what is debit, what is credit, they will hesitate to give the answer. Somebody don't know the answer, exact answer. So debit means the receiving and credit means it's the giving aspect are recorded. So both dual aspects means debit and credit. But they knows very well about accounting and genius in accounting also, but they don't know the exact meaning of debit and credit. But in many interviews at present they are asking these kind of questions. What is debit? Single question they will ask. They don't know, somebody's. So they are eliminating. So debit means it's the receiving aspect. Credit means it's the giving aspect. Can you understand? So dual aspect means debit and credit. Aspects are recorded. Recording both these aspects of transactions in the back book of the double entry system of accounting. So these both will be recorded. Debit and credit. That's why it has those two sides. T form of accounting. It is debit side and it is credit side. Can you understand? When a business acquires an assets, receiving of benefits, it must pay cash giving of benefit. By chance, if business acquire assets from outsiders, they need to pay some amount instead of that asset, isn't it? So here debit and credit comes. Like total assets is equal to total liability. That also is a perfect example for this. And dual aspect, T form of account we are using, debit and credit, two aspects. Debit means receiving, credit means giving aspect. I hope you clear. And accounting period concept. Accounting period concept. What is accounting period? 52 weeks per year, isn't it? 365 days per year and 12 months per year. This and all you know already, usually. So accounting period also likewise. Accounting period starts with April 1st and ends with 31st March. So begins with April 1st, ends with 31st March. April 1st to 31st March. Okay. Under this concept, the accounting are done on day-to-day basis. Accounting are done on day-to-day basis, which means every day we have to prepare accounts. Today how much we spent to acquire the assets, for how much amount we sell today, and what are the activities incurred in the business. So everything will be recorded day-to-day basis or analyzed for a particular period to find out the net result of the business. So who will prepare this accounting day-to-day basis? Like accountants of the business, they will prepare day-to-day basis all the accountings, isn't it? The collection of every day, collection of 365 days is equal to 1 year, isn't it? Collection of 365 days report. Finally, we will prepare on the date of 31st March. On the date of 31st March, that is final account. Final day, that is 31st March of every year. We will prepare trading profit and loss account and balance sheet. Balance sheet will prepare on this date, 31st March. And apart from this, two accounts will prepare, that is trading account and profit and loss account. Collectively, trading account, profit and loss account and balance sheet will be called as final accounts, isn't it? And balance sheet is not account, it is a statement. So 365 days what have incurred in the business, what have occurred in the business, what kind of transaction happened in the business. So everything will be recorded. That is net result of the business as well as the financial position of the specific date. What is the financial position of the business on this date, isn't it? So that everything will be recorded. So it is the accounting period concept. You can keep it in your mind. That is April 1st to 31st March. It is an accounting year, assessment year, taxable year and all the years. But you know academic year is different. That is June 1 to March. March or April. That is depends upon the students grade 10 and 12 or some other grades. It is an academic year. You don't confuse it. Academic year that is. And calendar year is January 1 to 31st December, isn't it? And academic year, calendar year, you know. Likewise, assessment year. Assessment year taxable year and financial year, these all are same, isn't it? When it begins 1st April particular year, for example 2020 means it will be end with 31st March 2021. I hope you understand. Okay, next concept. Shall we discuss about next concept?